Welcome to Knights of Mandalore. I am Jared,
And I'm Lad.
and today we're talking about Bad Batch, Episode 12, Rescue on Ryloth. Oh boy, this one has actually a lot to unpack right now. So first off, first impressions, Lad. You can start.
Really fun. I really love that it's like a follow-up to the last episode. It really continued the story really well, I feel. Bringing the Bad Batch in as, more of the main characters.
Mm-hmm. I predicted it'd be a rescue mission.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely really like this episode. Not just because of like it was an awesome rescue mission, but also because the implications the ending have for what's going on in the galaxy right about now.
Yeah.
All right, so we get Hera. Well, like I said, Hera hires the Bad Batch. They show up and go, "Hey, you have to save my father." But before that, we get some more stuff with Hauser, and he seems like normal.
Right.
Like, not like good soldiers follow orders, good soldiers follow orders. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, he must have not gotten the order, because it's like he straight up assists in Syndulla's rescue. That's
Right.
really big right now.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
crazy.
then he drops his gun and says, I refuse to do the Empire's will. Who else will join me? And a couple of clone troopers join him too.
I know. I thought that was interesting that, like, okay, we were saying that maybe, Hauser just doesn't have a chip for some reason, and that's why he's acting like that. But that there's actually a few others that listened to what he said and were like, yeah, this isn't right, and went along with him,
I'm like, wait a second. You're supposed to have the inhibitor chip that's supposed to say, no, we don't even care, or try to wrong or anything like that. No, straight up. A lot of clones put their guns down and were arrested.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think it really begs a question like, hey, we don't know everything about these inhibitor chips, especially after their primary purpose of wiping out the Jedi is complete. Maybe there's more to it than we know.
Or it could be the Kaminoans have already shut off the inhibitor chips. Well,
true.
Then there wouldn't be some clones that were on his side, and Crosshairs likely would not be on his side. So that probably would not work. But still, it's like, I'm watching this episode, and of course, I call it for those of you that listened last week. I called that Hauser's going to have some role. I was, however, wrong. Hauser was not killed by Crosshairs yet.
I totally thought he was good.
Yes.
I totally thought I was just going to snipe him.
Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. But what this is pointing even more toward, dude, is, okay, it starts with a C, and the second word ends in an R. I mean, but it begins with an R.
Clone Rebellion.
Clone Rebellion.
Yeah.
Because they're literally rebelling
like
right
it.
now. It's happening.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude. Yeah, it definitely seemed, this is an interesting development, honestly.
Because as far as I know, what we saw in this episode has never happened before.
Mm-hmm. So on the StarWars.com website for the trivia guide for this episode, they actually have a little slide about this. It says the limits of a clone trooper's programming and loyalty to the Empire versus the Republic is starting to make itself clear in this episode, as we see Captain Hauser leads a small revolt.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting, because remember, the orders were, because when you look at what Order 66 is, it's in defense of the Republic, not the Empire. But here's the thing, that doesn't explain why the other clones and Crosshairs just go with it.
Right. So I think we're definitely, this is just, starting to tell us that maybe there's more to the story than we know. There's, maybe after this initial Jedi purge that happened, we'll see, what else occurs, right?
That's true. But geez, oh my gosh, that's interesting, the limits, because as far as we know, the clones were programmed to protect the Republic, not the Empire at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting. We're really gonna have to see, what's going on here. This is pretty crazy. But yeah, I read that on the StarWars.com this episode's trivia guide.
Let me check that out. But yeah, this was one of those episodes that I'm watching with Tyler, and we're like, okay, this is huge.
Yeah. No,
Like,
this was big, and then also we see, you know, it's funny because we'll have to discuss the main plot of the episode in a second, but this is so exciting. I gotta jump right to it. But we see, you know, the governor dude saying, you know, it's such a shame they don't fight for us, right? And Crosshair's like, I'm gonna go hunt them down, and so now it looks like he's actually gonna be going like actively hunt them down. We only have 4 episodes left, so, oh boy.
Yeah, that's true. He's Crosshairs has been completely authorized to go hunt the Bad Batch.
Right. Oh boy.
So,
but
what do you think is going to happen to Hauser?
That's a good question. I wonder if maybe we just won't ever see anything from him again, and this is just to tease us about, you know, there's other clones like this, or maybe we'll actually get to see more of his story eventually.
Would be interesting is that if this becomes a common theme in the episodes, there's always a couple of clones that are like, should we really be doing this?
Yeah.
And then that's how they're building toward the clone rebellion.
Right.
Like, because from the amount of speed we're going on this plot line, we could conceivably end the season with the clone rebellion. Or at least the start of it, and they could say, and they could retcon that it happens over a long period of time and not just like that one battle in Camino.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, we're looking at, I get the feeling that I'm gonna make another prediction since I'm 2 for 2 on this series. I think now we're gonna start seeing the Empire start ramping up the replacement of clones with conventional troops.
That's a good call. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see that, especially towards, you know, end of the season here.
Because remember, Lama Su kept saying, "Oh, the clones, they follow orders," and now the governor guy, I keep forgetting his name, can point to Hauser and go, "Then why did this happen?"
Right. That's a good question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Jeez. All right. Predictions for where the series could be going, lad.
I don't know. Honestly, we could really, with these last 4 episodes, we could really go in any direction. I mean, you know, their debt with Sid is paid. Right now they're just running a few operations, but I guess they're throughout the season, we've definitely seen them trying to escape the Empire, escape the Shattered Republic, but they always keep getting kind of drawn in a little bit, you know, with despite them trying to hide. Like, remember when Rex gave them opportunity, he was saying we're not gonna get involved. And here, how they're saying, you know, the war is just starting, we're gonna have to fight Sham Syndulla, right? And then they said we're not gonna get involved with this. And you know, we keep seeing them kind of being reminded of, you know, you have to fight, you know, you have to get involved. You can't just, you know, stand by with everything that's happening. So I wonder if, you know, that's the direction we're going to go. We're going to really see them with some sort of clone rebellion, you know, some sort of strike against the Empire, you know, or actively working against them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that now we're going to start to see them officially like kind of join Rex's group, because let me put it this way, like it or not, they keep being pulled into this this conflict, like you keep saying. So there's no point now in stopping.
Right. Yeah. No, I definitely think there's something going on with that. But okay, so I want to talk about like I love the moments with Hera and like Omega. I thought that was really cool to see them together.
Yeah, that was great. And I love that.
Them sneaking around to you know, just do complete, you know, missions and running onto the shuttle and stuff like that. That was great.
That was fantastic where they steal the shuttle. And then I love where they take off, but it just crashes into another ship right next to it.
Yeah.
And I thought you're supposed to be a pilot. Oh,
that's me when I play video games.
Wait, remember, Gobi said you have no experience taking off and landing.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that. That's such
Yeah.
nice. That's a callback to it. Yeah.
He never taught her takeoff and landings.
Yeah, she can kind of fly, but he doesn't. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
There you go. There you go.
Oh boy. And dude, and I think like the whole scene at the the Imperial refinery was really fun. Just seeing them sneak in, but then when Tech and Wrecker came barreling in on their ship, I love how fast paced that was. They just like just soared into the base, and then Wrecker just started blasting all the towers. Yeah. That was great. That was some good fast pace action.
They do a drift, they're drifting, and Wrecker's
yeah, that was awesome. Like drifting with a spaceship is awesome.
They pulled I swear, when I saw that scene, all I could hear is Dominic Toretto going, "You do everything for family." That's all I could hear.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite parts. He's like drifting, but I love where all the troops take off from the base, and then Crosshair's squad is like, "Come on, they're attacking his headquarters," and then Crosshair's like, "Wait a minute," and I'm like, "He knows."
Yeah, he knows. He's like, "No, wait."
They're here.
That was good.
But that was so good.
That was really good. Yeah, that was really good. Oh,
so by the way, if they're keeping up to the pattern, we could get a cameo next episode, because remember, cameo, non-cameo, cameo, non-cameo. That's what they've been doing.
That is kind of true.
Let's see. So let me see. So I think so. Yeah, I definitely liked all the aerial combat that we saw in this episode. It was super cool, with the whole drifting and the other and like the two shuttles going in tandem.
Right. No, I thought it was interesting, and remember we also had a little moment there where Hunter looked back. He was kind of just wondering what's up with Hauser for a second. They remember when they were all leaving.
Yeah, he looked back for a second. Yeah, because I get the feeling that now his heads are turning like, the hell is going on with these chips?
Yeah, that's really interesting. The thing is, it's weird because sometimes it seems like you can't do anything about it. Because remember, even he resisted the most, and he managed to hold back for a couple seconds, and then he was completely, and then remember Wrecker also was about to beat the crap out of all of them despite how much he didn't want to, and then Hauser for some reason is fine. Okay, well maybe we'll just say Hauser doesn't have a chip or something, but those other troops went along with it. Right.
But yeah. If it was just Hauser, I'd say, oh, it was just one guy that didn't get the chip. But the fact that 3 or 5 troopers put their stuff down, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. So maybe it's they're supposed to follow the Republic / Empire, but I mean it's more specifically for killing the Jedi. But now it's they also follow the Empire, but now they can kind of question that because it's the Jedi already dead. I don't know.
But here's the thing. They were called the Grand Army of the Republic.
That's true.
They were very clearly created for the Republic. So I get the thing that if a lot of clones start questioning, they'll be like, wait a second. I was bred and trained to protect the Republic, not some empire. The Republic's gone. In fact, they made this point in episode 1 of the series when Hunter's when Hunter and Crosshair are having that debate, and Hunter's like, we follow the orders, we protect the Republic. And then Hunter's like, the Republic's gone, Crosshairs.
Yeah. It's true. Ooh, this is really interesting. Interesting stuff here.
Just that one, couple of seconds in that scene where the other troopers drop their stuff down. That's one of the most, that's the big, oh my God moment of this episode, I think.
Yeah, that definitely stole a lot of the show from what was happening. That was pretty intense.
Because the limits of the programming, what I'm thinking is this could be with the Kaminoans contingency plans.
Mm-hmm.
Like they programmed it where if everything got too crazy, the clones would all of a sudden wake up.
Right.
Also, because also, since episode 1 when they were on Kamino, have you ever seen a clone take his helmet off?
No, yeah.
And Hauser is like walking around with a dope ass haircut, and
Yeah.
he's like super understanding, like, don't worry, Sham, I'll take care of you. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah. That's interesting. And the fact that they're so boldly showing it is definitely, it's like they want us to think about it.
Yeah, it's not like it's just a subtle thing.
Yeah. But something I thought was kind of interesting was how that the Senator Ornfrita wasn't
gonna
killed.
survive.
Like, yeah, like it was like a headshot, maybe like a glancing headshot or something, and so he survived. And they were framing Cham for his injury or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That and that's also what they said. They were holding him for the murder.
Yeah,
Murder
and I
air
had
quotes.
and I thought that was interesting. I thought everyone knew, like, everyone that was there knew that the Imperial dude ordered the shot. But remember, Hauser didn't know where the shot came from. So, like, it was kind of like subtle. Like, no one knew Crosshairs was the one that did it.
Yeah, and he says that in this episode. Hauser goes, I may not have known where it came from, but it wasn't one of Sham's people.
Right, yeah. So he's kind of suspecting something's up here,
Yeah, because I think at that point he's like, screw this. They're killing senators now.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
this is beyond what I was bred and programmed to do.
Yeah.
We're
Really
kidnapping kids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was a Jedi on Ryloth at this time, right?
No, no, there wasn't.
Really interesting. I really wonder what's up with that.
Yeah, this is like really getting crazy. This series is getting really crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think there's more to these inhibitor chips than we know about.
I get the feeling that we're about to receive another retcon about the chips.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. First, we had their existence, and now it's going to be like it was never like completely following orders or something like that, except for like those orders.
Right.
Once those orders are executed, I mean, they could easily retcon that like you said earlier, as once Order 66 is executed, that's it. They're done. They revert back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very curious. We'll see. What's up with that? Because like when we see people go ballistic for Order 66, like is usually specifically with a Jedi. Like when Crosshair started to, he's aggressively hunting down the Bad Batch, but it's because he knows that they let the Padawan escape. Like specifically that was why he hates them. It kind of almost seems more like he's just trying to hunt them down, just because he knows them. Because
it
the
was
Empire
also
wants
with Wrecker. It was also with Wrecker because remember when he turned, he went, "You're in violation of Order 66."
Right, because they mentioned right there that remember that like, oh yeah, we let that Padawan escape. It's when he actually told everyone else that they let the Padawan escape, and Wrecker heard that, right? So it definitely seems like they go maybe like super ballistic with the Jedi, and that's like the primary objective of the inhibitor chip. But perhaps the following rest of the orders is kind of like instinctual then, but maybe they can resist those things.
Yeah, because I believe those orders, like those numbered orders, are like the prime directives that you do not question at all. So that's why, that's why, in accordance with what you said, that's why they're be so dogmatic about that one about 66.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, but geez, yeah, it's again crazy episode. I give this one again another 10 out of 10 because this is just getting really like I can't give these episodes any days because they keep doing stuff that's so cool.
Yeah, I mean this is like fantastic. This is just a lot of fun.
They drifted a shuttle.
Yeah, I love that. That scene was really cool. It felt special.
Oh my god, Tyler and I are watching this, and he turns to me. He's like, "Did they just drift a shuttle?"
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift, exactly. We're like, okay, it's Fast and the Furious. Dominic Toretto's going to come out of nowhere and say he did it for family.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, no, that's good.
Jeez. Yeah, so let's see. What else? So we talked about how, like, the implications of the clones, like, seeming to rebel now.
Right.
What's interesting is that they could use the next couple of episodes to show that that this sort of defiance is happening more systematically.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll see a little more of that. You know, they mentioned that this is happening on other worlds, that, you know, people being occupied and stuff.
Yeah. Plus, even Hauser says he's like, even Hauser says he's like, we came here to free Ryloth from the CIS. We did that. Mission accomplished. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we accomplished our mission.
No,
What are we
that's
still doing
really
here?
interesting. Right. Right.
Yes.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, the next couple episodes are gonna be really interesting. All right, everyone.
Yeah.
That seems like a good place to end it, unless you have anything else to add, lad.
I don't think so. I think that wraps up pretty much most of my thoughts.
Alrighty, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please join us next week when we talk about the next episode of Bad Batch. We are gonna we have the next X-Men episode coming out on Wednesday, which I believe we're either gonna do a general discussion or we're just gonna talk about the X-Men Second Coming storyline. I'm still figuring out what I want to do with that. And then we have an Under Two Capes episode where we basically chart where we think the MCU is going. Like, who's the next big bad guy? Is it Secret Wars? Is it Kang?
Yeah.
Is it like is it another Clone Saga, except in the movies? But we'll see. But so we have some pretty good episodes coming up. Thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you guys around. May the force. Oh wait, remember, hand shot first.
Clunky.